Down, mister.
And opening video.
Hello,
everybody.
Fuck you. Hello and welcome. This is the War Room PL cast, and with me I have Fucktard1 and Fucktard2.
We're not supposed to say those words on stream.
Damn it.
Hi again, everyone. So we said we'll be back at around 10, and this seems to be the time here. Yep. So just to let you know, some of the grudge matches have been postponed to tomorrow, so we need this space for ourselves to make sure that we know all this whole thing works. Yes. So we're going to try a lot of magic, but we cannot try this magic without an audience and players. And this is why we have randomly selected 2 people that were just trying to get food at some point here, and we snatched them out of the queue, and we said, hey, you have to come here and play against somebody that you don't know. Yep. And it's going to be an awesome experience.
But as we can see, they are as reliable as the few queue, so as soon as we got them to come on the stream, they then went out for a smoke.
But one of them is here, right?
No, they are both out for a smoke, so you are stuck with us for the short term. But then hopefully we'll get us again.
Oh, hello, Tom.
So here we have a random Australian coming in.
Well, I don't know. I'm a pretty quiet guy. Like, you know, very.
And you're not very good at this game, so, you know,
well, it's
you don't
true.
really have
I play
any
shit
input.
factions.
Yes.
The alternate player coming on to
Alternate player, please. Please, I'm like an inactive player at best. Like, come on. Still.
So basically, give us the clear. I heard that basically the Australians were scared to reveal their tech, and therefore they postponed the Ashes by ruining the food queue. So all the England players were ready, but the Australians were like, quick, ruin the food queue, and so we don't have to give our tech away.
I'll put it this way: whatever the fuck that food was like not food.
It was delicious.
I'm not sure it was an hour and a half delicious.
Yeah. It's just like it was food. Is it like an hour and a half food? I'm like pretty sure no.
Yeah, you may notice that both me and Quentin are slightly punch drunk, and that is because we basically had beer and no food. No, we had
Yes, I gave you the chips that I
we had
threw.
half a pint of chips because Chris Davis is a legend, and even with all our jokes, he is the man that was there for us. So, yes, thank you very much.
Actually, I gotta say something. So, my mate Jack, who you tried to con into a game, was just like, oh, wait, actually, if I could get this game to count as my Ashes game so I don't have to do it tomorrow, could I do it? Which I think is him trying to backpedal.
They're back,
Players are back.
Players are
Brilliant.
coming.
The players
Awesome.
are back.
Oh, we're back?
Guys,
All
we're
right.
just waiting for you, and as they are putting down their drinks, and they are looking at us, like not caring at all.
Solo Sorsha1 player in action in the WTC.
Alright, you know what? Come on, Richard. This is Richard, the has-been beach.
Richard, indeed it is.
Okay, so
Oh,
the
is
two
this
players
on the-
we've got,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
got Richard, the has-been beat.
How do you feel about the matchup?
I
his
feel
keyboard.
good. I feel good. I
What
won.
are you decided what you're dropping, haven't you?
Yeah, we've just talked about it in a very gentlemanly way.
Okay.
And we're going to play, unsurprisingly, Sorsha2 into Denny1.
Sorsha2 into Denny1.
And you've never played this matchup before, right?
No, I mean, if you look
It's-
at my list, Sorsha2 is tagged for lots of other things, not Cryx. So just, you know,
Okay,
I'll
also-
give it a go.
For those out there watching, I just want to say, although it's been a lovely sunny day, there is a magical snowflake about to appear on your screen with the only Sorsha2 player about to appear. And
one of 3 min Cossites
Yep.
in the whole of the
Someone
WTC.
took Pagani's recommendation to heart and put
they
some
were good.
Cossites in there.
so
So,
must
you
be
know,
good.
if he loses this game because of the Cossites, it's obviously because Will Pagani doesn't know how he's talking about with the game.
Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious, but like, that's fine. I mean, the guy won with Assault
Chris,
Commanders.
are you commentating on this? Can you tell me all the things I do wrong?
No.
I'm gonna try my best not to speak over your game because, like, you might actually, like, that might be table talk or something, even if I'm over here. Just saying.
I'm
That's
just
fine,
gonna
I'll see
speak
what
up.
I'll see what I can do.
Just randomly every now and again shout, "You're doing it wrong!" Why not? Why isn't Karchev on the table?
Look, I have currently, spoiler for later. So the current plans now, according to Tom Guan, is that I have to go. What started as a prank where me and a couple other guys who look vaguely Asian or are Asian, steal a bunch of Team China's shirts, has now escalated into apparently we have to make Team Best Korea.
What?
Next year.
No. On the Sunday, we basically pose as Team Best Korea. Which,
like it.
the plan to be put at this point, which is a bit of a drunken haze it there right now, it currently involves crayons and white t-shirts.
I like this plan. This plan sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
Like the Seoul shirt, isn't that?
Well, it's Best Korea, not South Korea.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Correct. Sorry, you get like, taken out.
I'm sorry. I actually thought Best Korea was South Korea.
No, that would be a classic.
Discussing things here, it looks like the players are discussing something very important about their models. They're showing themselves.
It's probably not relevant. Don't worry.
We
about
don't
Okay,
care
cool.
about what the.
Well, look, it's like.
Come on, this is a War Room
that's-
PL chat, and we don't
Cool.
care
So
about
we
what
we
the.
obviously look like we don't really care about what's happening on the stream because we both like looking down at our
Yes.
tablets.
You're both
We've
looking.
now got our tablet up so we can see chat, I think. So if you're in the chat, post something now so that we can see if we can actually read
Frankers,
I'm ready to answer that one.
Frankersita.
Mark the Junktastic has just said that he is only sleeping.
That's a very good question.
And we have
Recon 2.
who says
Recon 2.
sounds like Loud Chris. It is Loud.
It is me.
Loud Chris and Chris who
I
is
am
loud.
currently, there's a press ganger here. He has a press ganger t-shirt. That's
Guess
the
what?
right
I'm ready
name
to
now.
answer Netrunner questions
He's up
and
for
or
it.
other random plans, apparently. That or, like, I might wander off. Who knows?
Yeah. So we are going to have Ghost Fleet.
Recon 2. That's a
Recon
scenario
2.
we've just decided on, like, in a very professional way. Which
Did
is
they
we
roll a
send
dice?
somebody over there,
Oh, okay, cool.
and he's obviously putting stuff on top of a model.
And we can see from now it's not quite where it should be, but I'm sure they'll correct that. One thing to talk about as well, which you will see on the streams tomorrow, they have done an
Sounds like
absolutely
loud, okay, cool.
fantastic job of theming each of these tables. So the tables themselves, like, all match, and they have like individual terrain. So you can see on this one they've got like buildings, which are sort of hills, and you've got sort of rubble, but it's all themed depending on what you're watching. So you might think it's crazy looking terrain, but we'll hopefully, there's like a guide that goes with each of it. So
Yeah.
we should be able to guide you through that.
So, can I interject at this point some of the stuff I've noticed today?
Okay.
By force, or I'll just talk
Keep it
anyway?
PC.
Okay,
We
well,
won't.
no, it's more realistically like, I think more than any other year, actually deciding what tables you play on is probably more relevant than ever. I know that the Belgians decided to make that a conscious choice, as in like, we're not going to make every table be roughly equal. Like, here's the table with all the, like, cover. Here's the table with all the, like,
There's like a table
fogs
with
and
like
shit.
4 rubble, and
Yeah.
there's only like 1 line of sight blocking piece.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's a table which is like the city fight table, and then there's a table which is the beach table, which incidentally one of my friends died to because what looked like a hill was, in fact, actually, yes, a hill. And he stood on it and died to Sorsha. But they've decided that basically they wanted to make it more of a thing. This is interesting given that you've got a lot of lists now that are very terrain dependent, one of which is, oh, look at that, Ghost Fleet. Because if you could take a building and put it in the center of the table and then hide a stalker behind it, kind of a big deal. Not even accounting for all the other shit, like if Denny is behind that thing, or if your opponent's caster is behind that thing. And then there are other casters like, say, Sloan, Kane 3, that sort of thing, who are very much, or even fucking Lil 3, who's made a comeback, who love just hiding behind shit.
Suppose that. Can you not hear me on the chat? Can you hear loud? Can you hear the voice in the background, or is it me that you can't hear?
Yeah, which Chris are we talking about? Maybe we should both speak up.
Let's see. I just moved something here.
I think there's a delay. There must be a delay.
Somebody is telling me that I'm very handsome.
Well, it actually says quiet Chris, which I can only assume is you.
Yeah, I can imagine that's me.
Yeah.
Is next team Australian gonna be Hoop Snake?
I'm gonna.
That is from Palabin. Is asked if the next team Australia gonna be Hoop Snake.
Fuck, that's a good idea, actually. So, we went for legit animals, then we went for illegit animals, so now...
Mythical.
to be decided. To be fair, right, I mean, it's hard to top Team Bin Chicken. Like, Team Drop Bear feels like an afterthought compared to Bin Chicken. I can't believe we went with that, but it was great.
I can't wait till America gets off the red, white, and blue and does like Team Freedom.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be great.
Well, I really want them.
Just setting up the scenario. It's very exciting.
Okay.
Is it on the stream?
Yes.
Yes.
It is on well, the table.
Welcome to the stream, Rich.
It is more us, but some people can see what's happening.
See,
on
there
the
are
table.
two
We have a small
official
table
commentators and one unofficial commentator, i.e. myself.
cam. You know what we should do?
And one player.
Commentating.
Yes.
Should be playing the fucking game.
Well, actually, come across, right? Because, like, we might as well shit talk in here.
You know what? Yeah, to get. Let's see if we can get this cam up, and then we could just move this cam around. No, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Before,
Should we just come around? Should we get around?
Oh, yep. Done
Alright.
it. No, not.
No.
Yeah,
wait,
we should.
yes.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this.
We
Put
can
this
do
cam
this.
here, because you've been hearing sounds and voices, but me, you don't
We
know
need,
who
we
they
need
are.
faces. Okay,
And faces
so
also.
this
you know,
this
the
beautiful
microphone.
face here we have is Rich Beach, and then we have the beautiful, loud Chris.
I'll come over.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, so how do you feel about this game? And you can see the things being set up.
Yeah, really strong. Yeah, this list is taking the shit out of Ghost Fleet, so he's got no chance. He's done. I don't even bother. I don't know why he's playing.
Start playing your game.
Okay. Rich is
It looks
in.
like they're waiting for you.
Torb is
Yeah,
officially
we're
bad
gonna do
mouthing.
this. Big words.
Yep.
Big words. Let's see if he can
Go
through.
try to play your game. See if you maybe can win.
Now, if I get this right.
Maybe can win.
By the way,
It seems
guys,
to be okay.
if at some point you see my neck kind of crack, it's because I'm looking at Torbjorn while he's stood up.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
Okay, so we have the scenario which is going to be Recon 2. Hello.
Joe, is that an obstruction?
Huh?
Joe, is that an obstruction?
Hang on, we're having
That
some
actually
judgments
looks
on-
like a hill, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure that's the hill.
Yeah. Apparently you stand on those beer tables, yes.
Supposed to be this one thing here.
You have a guide, yeah, somewhere?
So to continue, right?
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
have a lot of terrain basically. You have a lot of terrain dependent classes in the meta right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the meta is gonna change by Monday actually. Jeez, that's gonna be fun. But for this WTC, you're gonna see a lot of teams. I think the ones that put thought into it, or even just like the ones that just get the chance to, they'll take the tables, which just give them bullshit outs. Like, it's hard enough to play to Denny, so how do you play to Denny that you literally can't kill because she's hiding in like Fort Kick-Ass?
There is that. There is that. I'm sure Rich has a plan though. The plan may be crying in the corner, saying "Stop hurting me, stop hurting me," but it's a plan.
Alright, I'm gonna try and use my inside voice, which I know, yes, I do actually have one. It's actually no, I really don't. Okay, I'm gonna use my pretend inside voice and say I suspect it actually is gonna come down to if Rich can try and kill Denny.
Yeah.
Denny, he can play the game, pretend the game. Like honestly, it might come down to the other way around where like Rich gets killed by Denny because it's like, oh wow, you're actually putting up a fight, but they just kill you then. But I could see it also just working the other way around where Denny overextends and then Sorsha just double damages fucking one shots everyone and shit like that.
Oh, so we saw the starting role, and as always, Ghost Fleet won.
Of course, that is how it works.
Because that's how
This
it
is
goes.
my pretend face. Sorry, surprised face, that one, yes.
I should actually just don't put Cryx, but just Ghost Fleet as the faction.
Ghost
Why would you pick Ghost Fleet as the faction?
It's you know, a Ghost Feet.
Ghost feet.
Ghost feet, we'll go with Ghost feet, yes.
And it's
Don't you have the logos?
I do, but I have to type some text as well. And the name of the player is...
Jamie.
which I'm going to spell wrong. And you're going to correct me.
James.
James.
Oh,
Sorry, I can't get his name right. I'm awful. It's terrible. Why did they put me on the stream?
James Fitzgibbons?
James
Yeah.
Fitzgibbons.
Fitzsimmons.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
Simmons.
just going to put...
Yeah.
Ghostly, you know. I'll just put Denny Ghostly.
Denny Fleet. Denny Fleet.
No,
Well,
just
that's
put
the
like
Fleet
this
anyway.
fucking list, I swear to God, which is basically the list.
Yeah.
Well, there are actually two versions.
Yes,
you
the
take-
one with Min or Max Pirates, it's fantastic.
Black Banes. Min or Max Black Banes.
Rich!
It's
One of
not
the-
Deny
one of the
Ghost
readers-
Fleet, it's Denny
sorry.
Ghost
Rich, one of the watchers wants to let you know that you can float too.
So what?
One of the people watching wants you to know that you can float down here too.
What? Not funny.
It's an it reference. It's a bit of a background there. We took Rich to see it, and he made noises that were so high pitched. Dogs started barking outside the cinema. It was hilarious.
And so the other player.
So Ghost is not going to go. So the other player is Rich Beach, or Richard Beach.
It's okay. People can see when I make mistakes. They do, right? They don't.
They do.
Currently, it's
Yeah.
listed
Oh,
as
shit.
deny Ghost Fleet, so yes. Shun the Ghost Fleet.
Mark, we are fixing it now. We are. This is the whole point of the test stream, is that we're idiots and we've been given lots of technology, so we're trying to make the technology dance. And at the moment, it's more like a chimp with a
They don't
tambourine.
have my dance shoes.
Exactly. We will never dance like Sorsha1.
Sorscha.
SCH, right? I was missing.
Sorsha.
And he's rich.
Yes. Rich. Son of a beach.
Cool. So
Okay,
now I have
we
to
want
find.
fancy things.
Can we fix
need
Denny
Khador
as
right.
well while we're at it?
Wow, this is not Denny of Ghost.
It's not
it's
deny
done.
Fleet of Ghosts.
Can we fix that? Yeah. Just add an extra N, and then it's
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah,
Brian.
let's go.
Random Australian, I don't know.
So,
Alright.
How are you, Brian?
Can we get
Torbjörn?
sexy?
Nice to meet you.
yeah, of course. As soon as
Alright, we
Oh,
have a
I know
podcast
that-
superstar coming on, Brian Woods.
Oh no.
Yep.
What if
Yes.
I know?
We need.
You
We
wanted
need
it
to
on live
speak up
recording,
louder,
so
I
we
think.
wanted
Right, we
to.
need Khador.
Okay, alright.
And he looks
That's
at the
much
room
better
in
now.
disgust, trying to get away
the
from
players.
this.
Oh,
Well,
the
yes.
just started. People, players have started
Okay.
doing the deployments, so it's a very.
It's a very difficult time for the
Deployment.
Cryx player because
Yeah.
they have to always be the one to make the important decision of the game because they always win the dice roll. I mean, that decision is normally to go first and win or go second and win. But how you do it, it's style points, isn't it? So,
You can also see
It's a lot easier to go first and
beautiful
win.
paint job on the Cryx models. Yes. Ghostly.
yep.
He's really put his soul into that one.
Hang on.
It does honestly feel like he may have
They've
just
swapped
spray painted
sides.
it.
They've
But,
swapped
like,
sides.
I won't.
Oh shit, they're on
is
the other
outside.
side.
Oh,
Change
Jesus.
sides. I'm gonna change that.
It's
Wait,
fine,
it's
we'll
gonna
get
take
to
me
it.
5 minutes. Wait a sec.
You know what? No. Leave it as is, right? So we can at least have one game where Khador wins.
Come on, let's do this, man. I can do this.
This is why you don't change it until after the players have started
That's right, but
deploying.
by the time I was trying to understand how this whole thing was working,
Brian, you may be now an official member
I got
of
this.
the unofficial
Right,
team
if I
Best
do this,
Korea.
then-
What is this?
So wait,
So
can we-
remember the Team China plan that Tom Wan had?
Yes.
It's taken on new levels.
Okay, now I'm lost.
It now may involve us pretending to be Team Best Korea because
Best Korea.
Yes.
Okay. Oh dear.
After you've scrubbed out on Saturday, Sunday, you do a new start
Oh, okay.
as Best Korea.
Best
Yes.
Korea.
well, basically, it's either between you, a guy we grabbed from Team China, or anyone else who's Asian who's not part of Team China, or a chair.
Okay. So who's on Best Korea?
Myself, Jack, Tom Guan, and Charles Sung from Canada.
Okay.
I think this sounds like the
And a
dream
chair.
team.
And a chair. That might
Like-
be more.
Like even you don't need the share.
Sorry?
is the chair made in China?
Probably. That. Like,
Fits it.
yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure it's a Swedish share.
Oh.
You know, IKEA. All of this is IKEA shares.
Boom, we're done.
Alright, so we're telling me we just. Oh, yeah, right. We have a game or some shit like
Yeah,
happening.
so the deployment is up to the Khador team,
Yes.
Khador player.
Okay, so I actually just gotta.
We don't need to, like-
check. Which ones are the Ghost Pirates?
You don't know. That's why this toast job.
You can't tell from up here.
The black
Which-
name?
which-
Base colors.
colour
We
base
can't
colour?
see.
It's a
White.
professional
The white
fucking
ones, the white ones in the middle is actually
green ones in
the
the
black
middle.
veins,
Yeah.
The
pirates,
Black Veins.
Okay.
and everything that has a color is actually normal undead pirates.
Revenant.
Revenant crew.
Alright, I'm gonna take a wild guess to assume, like, Rich picked the magic weapons objective.
Yes.
I would
Would
imagine
you like to
so.
find out?
Unless Rich is an idiot, so therefore 50-50.
50-50, 50-50.
I don't think he's picked an objective yet.
So there is all to play for. Let's put your bets
So
down
technically
now.
speaking, Rich has already cheated.
Have you picked your
you-
objective?
Yes, magical weapons.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Alright.
And the,
Into Cryx. This is
We thought
this
you might
is
have.
you.
We thought you might have fucked up. It was a.
That was a valid.
There was a 50-50 chance you'd taken the Pathfinder one. That's all I'm saying.
The other is heal D3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cryx almost always take heal D3.
Well, they don't need anything else.
Like, the healing on Arc Node is so powerful.
Yeah, so we got stockpile for the Cryx player, and we have, because they have no need for Pathfinder or magical weapons, and then we have magical weapons for a single attack. Thanks, BP.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, for our armory for the Khador player.
Actually, thank guys. It made it actually possible to play level 3 into Signar.
And the game has started. So I
Okay, the game
have a quick
Alright,
question.
so Torb is once again interjecting with fake factions. More news at 11.
So I have a question. So because this is new to Rins, I don't think a lot of people does actually know what that is. So what would be that thing here?
That is apparently a hill, and yes, it's apparently your troops all stand on like chairs, like tables and shit.
Yep.
That's okay. That's
That is reckoned to be a hill. Most of the other stuff is self-explanatory. As a result, the thing in that corner there, that's actually an obstruction. So probably not playing a part in this game, and that thing up there, also an obstruction.
I don't think the bottom left is an obstruction because there are currently models on it.
Oh.
So I think that's also a hill. I think the one in the top right is the instruction.
okay. So we have.
So my bad, I really
Okay.
don't.
That's
And we
Fuck, I
have
need to actually pay attention to this stupid pack. And also, fuck up, mate. Barsky, of course.
Yeah, the two
Busker,
on
man.
the Khador
Yes,
side
he's
are
here.
hills,
No, he's not.
and the
No,
one
no,
on
he's
the
here in the
Cryx side
chat.
is a...
Okay, he's not here.
Alright.
Yeah,
Come on.
Basker, you suck. You didn't come to Iron
we're
Man.
trying to get
Hang
this
on a
thing
second.
a bit.
For those
also
just
really going
streaming this
fine.
madness we call a stream, the Ashes grudge match has been cancelled for tonight. It's going to happen tomorrow night. Okay, it might happen tomorrow night if Chris is brave enough to face the England
Like,
teams.
it would be morally bankrupt of us to like lose to the English. So yes, we'll be probably playing the.
So tomorrow night
if they
we'll
didn't bitch
see
out.
the Ashes, which will be crazy if they're already pissed at that point. So tune in because that will be a good stream. So tonight, because we need to test the stream prior to the WTC tomorrow,
We have the ultimate hate match.
yeah, we have like madness.
which one?
We have Rich
English against Irish.
England and Irish. We have Richard Beach into James Fitzsimmons. I keep saying it wrong. Fitzsimmons with
Or is it
Ghost
North
Fleet and
Ireland?
Khador.
Or is it Ireland?
It's regular Ireland.
So this is just more of a test. So it's quite loose. We've obviously got the beautiful loud Chris here with us, but he'll be on.
Sorry, I'm gonna get this here.
Smashing
shit.
Follow this as well.
smashing noobs tomorrow.
Is there somebody
I have to watch the Discord. Holy fuck! I don't have my phone on me because it turns out,
You don't need a phone.
no, my phone charger
Also,
kind of like is.
It,
in a
it
lot
seems
of
it
places.
seems like the only way people can get in touch with Chris at the moment is through the stream because most of the chat here is all about Chris. So
Hi guys.
I do enjoy that Whiskey WMH is here to remind Chris that the Legion twins can hurt Karchev. I must admit,
Yes.
I was all of 3 feet away. That happened. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Hey! Confirmed. 100% confirmed. Twins stronger than Haley 2. I won against Haley 2, lost against Twins. That's just science.
Okay, hang on.
That's
Are we
statistics.
losing? We've got a really strong connection here. Are we losing frames? Moose Machine saying that we've got 5 frames per second.
Where I'll see everything is green here.
Yeah, everything's green here.
Fine. Oh, we've been live for 23 minutes already. And there's so much
And
things.
nothing has happened so far.
Well, the Cryx players has run out all of his ghosts, which we.
And now the Khador player is running up his guys.
Pretty much.
And
So let's actually try and pretend to put a commentary on this.
Yeah, okay, so.
Okay, so he's got, if I remember Richard's list, and he's definitely feeded first turn, as you can see by that feed token that's on the table.
That's not his feet first turn. He's just got.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I know Beach.
Alright.
He's not feared already, so.
He probably has a
the
feed.
Khador team. turn is going along the lines of Shatterstorm's going to go out. He's going to want to keep Ironhold safe, but within reach distance of actually getting the magic weapons when they're needed. He's going to want to keep Ruin alive, because Ruin's obviously critical, being able to just take out the Wraith Engine anyway without Ironhold. I've seen this game go a lot of times, and it strangely enough seems to come down to whether Ruin gets ruined. If Ruin can survive the punishment that comes at him, he can then generally run the table, because Denny, all of the swings don't work into Ruin, but it's whether he's going to be able to protect them enough, and then whether while he's putting all the resources in, if that's actually going to make him live. So, I mean, we'll see. It's a fucking it's a very scary game into Ghost Fleet, because at any point, Sorsha can just get assassinated. So you'll probably see a lot of time from Rich just measuring out various threat ranges to Sorsha. Hang on, we're just messing with our bit rate.
Yeah. We're looking at the comments, guy. We're trying to fix the
hopefully this is
things here, so should be fine now, maybe.
That does seem more responsive, I think.
Okay, so we're saying refreshed and it seems fine now.
Oh, sweet. Okay, well. Fuck, stop making us do work. Holy shit. It's bad enough trying to commentate this while. Hang on a minute.
It might come out actually, because it is showing a bit slow.
Okay, so bottom unit looks like, if I'm looking at it correctly, is Rifleman's.
No, I believe in this it is actually it's got infantry.
Right.
The reason for that is the combination of
sprays and shit.
And Sorsha being able to give them the +2 in threat.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they are actually, with Sorsha 2, they're pretty much as useful as Rifleman.
Yeah, that's fair. For this particular matchup, honestly, like, I've actually been thinking of Sorsha 2 in general, just as like honestly, Sorsha 2's problem is that she kind of just has, her feat is now basically an all-in, and it's a massive problem because it means that you can't
Grind.
You can't grind. You can't use the feat to your feat can't be leverage for attrition. It has to be to basically kill the fuck out of their caster. Congratulations, though. If you're in a shit matchup, that actually isn't terrible because you literally encourage the feat just to kill their caster. And if Sorsha hammers Denny in the face, that's a dead Denny.
And we like dead Denny's.
Everyone enjoys dead Denny.
That's our
Everyone loves
favorite.
it.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, or rather rambled on earlier, realistically speaking, a lot of this WTC I suspect is going to come down to unexpected Ghost Fleet wins/losses. Like, if your team, you kind of just throw the Ghost Fleet at the end of the day is the best list in the game at present.
Nope.
Dank Host is pretty good.
Dank Host is pretty dank.
Yes.
Which Coven host is better than Ghost Fleet?
I think it's a 1-on-1A situation personally, because I think the main thing with Dank Host is it's like it's fair, it punches you. That's bullshit. That's actually garbage. You know what Ghost Fleet does? It punches and shoots you. Much better.
But not as hard.
So we have some action.
Whatever, you win by turn 7.
I'm sure. I think the rockets are going up because the Winter God infantry instead of riflemen, they'll actually be able to reposition. So although it looks a bit strange that they're all still next to each other, if Rich isn't an idiot, they'll all get to reposition 3 away.
If I'm looking at that right, he's put Iron and Hot on his Winter God infantry. Let's just try and shoot the shit out of that.
He's right. He's just throwing up 3 rockets for some magical scatters. Looks like he went 6 inches.
So he directly hits and blows up a rifleman, which is first RFP of the game, and a miss. I think the Polish are trying to commandeer a list or some shit. I don't know.
It's okay. We have more things being killed.
No, not our mics. I mean
Yeah, the better mics, but check your volume and your thing here.
Oh right, yeah, I'm getting it now. Cool.
Are you hearing from the?
Yeah, I mean it's a little.
Yeah, fair.
Yes, they are. But it should be good enough for tomorrow to actually like figure out what's going on.
That's fair.
Do you have anyone like watching the tournaments and stuff like that for us to...
Absolutely not, but I think Eastern.
So we're basically just gonna have to keep paying attention and get someone to play. Okay, that's cool.
Alright, that seems like awkward. Dragoon's someone into doing it, I'm sure. What do we have? Dankos, of course.
Okay, so it looks like it might be Australia in the morning. I probably should have looked this up myself. Then
I can actually tell you this. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be New Zealand for
Far
the
East
first round.
Australian matchup, round 2 European matchup, round 3 North American, and then on Sunday we have again the Far East Australian matchup, if undefeated, semi-finals featuring European matchups if undefeated, and then round 6 is the finals. So that's looking to be about 4:30 on Sunday, but that's GMT +1. For all you people watching from around the world, obviously don't tune in at 4:30 and it turns out it's like midnight here. So. We'll be covering one of the tables. We're still recording all of them, so they're all going to be on YouTube to watch afterwards. Although we won't be able to actually switch to them, that'll be happening. And then there's also going to be the Muse on Mini stream going on at the same time.
Where they will be able to switch.
Yeah, they'll be switching through. But what we might be doing, I've spoken to Josh, if there's like an England team or a French team or something like that, we might swap around commentators just to get a bit of insight into. Because obviously I can talk about the England teams better than I can about the French teams and vice versa.
I'll probably speak more about the French team.
I mean, I can talk about the Australian teams, but I'm not sure that's what they want. So.
Don't worry about that part. I can speak about the Australian teams, but I might be busy doing work. So,
Exactly. Well, I would imagine you'd slap your opponent top 1. Like they won't know what's going on. You just slap them, win, and then you can come over and.
Yes, because as everyone knows, I'm very good at playing for assassination. Yeah, definitely.
That bottom of 1 Karchev spray thing.
GG easy.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if there's any time I'm going to do it, I've got Sorsha, so hopefully that works. He's playing...
Anyway, so back to the game. How are we doing? Right, so we've got IFP up in the top left.
Yep.
IFP are actually quite useful in this because unlike things like KAZ, if you put shots on them, they don't murder themselves.
A likely story? Yes.
I would hope so as well, seeing as Rich obviously likes to talk on the podcast about stuff, and if he can't play his own Khador correctly, that's pretty bad. So you got the IFP facing off against what looks like an Arc node and Revenant crew, and it looks like Kane Wraith is up there as well.
Please call him by his correct name, Ghost Kane.
Sorry, Ghost Kane, the bitch of Vitagas. By the way, I've got to say, I don't know if anyone out there reads the novels, or if any of you guys have read the novels, but like that was an eye-opener. That was like the Game of Thrones style.
What, Mark of Kane? Yeah, Mark of Kane's actually a good novel because it's not like, and then Kane popped his feet. Even when the time he does pop his feet, it's just like, it actually is described like, no, actually this is like Kane's little trick move, and it was described as not in a shit way.
Yeah, it's already spoiled because Kane 3's out. So basically, when Lynch, he was Lynch.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, there's a bit on the roof when Lynch is fighting against the Kane Ghost, and he thinks he's got it, and there's this kind of like glory moment that happens in most stories when it's like, da 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 da, I'm that guy, I just smacked him, and then like the Kane Ghost just comes out through the roof and just shanks him, like blows a hole in him, and then I was like, okay, that's pretty bad. Maybe they'll come and save him. You know, the other two are there. Maybe they'll save him. And then the next page is basically talking about how the Kane Wraith rips the soul out of Lynch and like uses
it was actually worse. Like one guy I know definitely gets like turned incorp, pushed halfway through a train, and then turned back. That was pretty good.
That was cool, but like when Lynch, an actual character in the game, they're like, not only are we going to kill him, we're going to describe in intimate detail how his soul is going to be ripped out and tormented.
I thought he didn't get his soul ripped out.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure like Kane stops him or some shit like that. Like, well,
I like to think
unfortunate. To be fair, given the amount of times being fucked over by Lynch, I wish he did have his soul like ripped out. But I also found out the other day like where gremlins come from, and it's kind of like where do babies come from? Because that's actually where gremlins come from. They come from babies.
They are twisted baby souls.
I know that. They're like, wow, this fucking world really sucks.
Yeah. Like, if you want proper fucked up background, PP is there for it. You know, you might have a dark, grim future, but nowhere in that dark, grim future are twisted baby souls that like to yank out parts of Warjack.
They're just having a lot of fun. Holy shit. Stop impressing them. They're having so much fun.
Exactly. Anyway, so, Gwen, you've
So-
been intimately looking at the game there.
Absolutely not. I was trying to figure out how the sound system was working.
Is it
Figured
working?
out. I was like, nah, not gonna do it.
Okay. So anyway, back to the game, and I'm loving the corgi picture. We've got a corgi there in chat. Everyone loves corgis.
So I'm wild guess here now. Richard is going to timeout.
He's got 49 minutes. That's good for him. This must be turn 2 now for the Ghostfleet player.
Yeah.
We can change, see if we can change it.
Snowflake Sorsha, I fucking love
Well,
it.
no, I think there's. Oh yeah. So, turn here. Wait. Where's the turn thing?
See, this is why we do this now.
Turn.
Because then not only can we look like an idiot tomorrow,
You're still gonna look like an idiot
we
tomorrow.
can look like an idiot even more because we're meant to know what we're doing.
Yes.
So it is turn 2. We can confirm it's turn 2. The Ghostfleet player is making the difficult decision of does he shoot
Want
and
to
kill
kill.
Rich, or does he
That one.
kill
Run.
and shoot Rich, or run. There we go. So we're going to update that to 2. Turn 22. We are legal here at the WTC. We like turn 22. So let's have a look what's going on. So we've got, looks like the Widowmaker Marksman on top of that hill.
Yeah.
We got the Marauder leading the charge. That's the Marauder. The Widowmaker Marksman's just below, I believe, on the hill. So he's actually alright in this because he is going to be on a hill, so we've got elevation. It's def 14 normally. So against things that ignore stealth, it's def 16. Against things that, like Ghostfleet, a lot of things don't ignore stealth. So really you're looking at maybe Scourge or what's the
Venom.
Venom, that's it. Maybe a
Does
Venom.
he want to throw away an arc node to
Exactly, so
kill?
throw away that for,
Is it the Kane Ghost shooting?
I
think so.
Looks like Kane
Yeah,
Ghost
that's
coming up.
Ghost Kane.
He's killing,
Got a soul.
so he gets a soul. He then can use that to murder something else.
Ghost King, why are you such a piece of shit? Holy fuck.
Power 12 means 77s to.
So this is
even
one
in
of the
shield guard.
secret strengths of Ghostfleet is that it's very good at punishing you for positioning problems. So look at Ghost King. He's just in corp hanging in the breeze. The problem is that he's way far away from anything that could possibly kill him. Because there's no
Ranged game
there's no
around
range
him.
game there. And this is one of the aspects of Ghostfleet when it is exploited with
Oh, it doesn't look
SR20.
like they got through. That was a 6 then.
Ooh,
So,
that was a 6.
and that, to be fair, that is one thing, is if you can stop one of the early shots, that just stops him in his track. No souls, no reloads. So.
Well, in this case, the more important thing is no repositioning out of range.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa, what's going on?
Whoa, someone's messing with the clock. Oh, it's alright, Arkno comes in. Rich is being a good fella, bring the clock back in for us.
Yep.
Random commentary there from the other games.
Hey, on!
Guys, we got some other games going on the other streams.
No, you're not playing on stream.
No, we don't.
No.
Do you
Just got the one table.
want
Jan,
me
we're
to make
streaming
sure-
good games!
Do you want me to make sure your game is on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is out of
Yes.
theme.
Yes. Do it.
It also has room with Sorsha 2. Sorry, I meant to say that earlier. It is Sorsha 2. Also,
happening,
just to be
y'all?
clear, it isn't England versus Ireland. It is just one of the England Lion players, Richard Beach, and Jamie Fitzsimmons, who I believe is on Ireland Guinness. So it's just those two players that are playing tonight. The Ashes has been postponed. That will be on tomorrow night. So just keep an eye out for that.
Yep.
Is the other stream gaming? This stream is the best stream. Brilliance, obviously. Those moves on these people.
It looks like that they are trying to stream that game. So
They have the
Jan!
technology, they can sort
Jan!
it, they haven't got
don't shame the family.
I'm not part of your best career. Wait, am I in best career?
You could be.
This is your game to figure it out.
Apologies. Well, actually, no.
Where's the other stream for a friend? I actually don't think the music. There is no one on the news tables, so there won't be any tonight. I believe basically jet lag has taken them, so they are sleeping. and then they will be able to.
Guys, extra tape measure.
Don't you have a tape measure?
I have mine, but you forgot. Mine's upstairs.
Okay. Anyway, now we're being told to stop screaming into the mic.
Well, guess what? Yeah, no. If I can't yell at Yarn, what is that? What is the point of life? Also, I see attack rolls being made. I should probably try and figure out what it is, but it would mean I'd have to leave my comfy position here. Gut feeling is that it's a couple of rifle shots into those pikemen up there. Is that the Raven? Oh my god! Holy crap!
That's a very aggressive play with the Wraith Engine there.
Wealth Engine.
Let me think. So, looking at where... Let's nick this. Right, looking at where we have the... So, this is... The Iana and Holt here. Okay, so the real question is this distance close enough for...
Did he put value chev on Ion and Holt?
He did indeed, yeah.
Okay,
because otherwise you don't get to...
That probably is in range, but it'd be very weird if he did, like... Okay, I'll put it this way. If you were playing Ghost Fleet, I would pre-measure that just to make sure before running the Wealth Engine in, because there's kind of no reason, like, to do that. Also, and more importantly, this guy here is Ruin. And Ruin, I reckon, is definitely within 11 inches of, like, get fucked range, i.e. the range where he gets balanced charge and destroys the Wealth.
The only question at that point, though, is at that point, you've got Ruin on the very far left flank.
Well, Ruin's purpose in this matchup, at least to my understanding of it, is generally to kill a Wraith Engine.
You know what? Actually, that's not so bad, because thinking about it, if he therefore does go up and kill the Wraith Engine, at that point it's very difficult for him to deal with and kill him, and he can then not only contest that zone, but he can start contesting the flag, which he couldn't do if he was on the other side.
Yes.
He can't score the flag, he can only try and score the zone, so actually that's actually not too bad for scenario up to 4. We're told it's very choppy. I'm going to try and fix it as a broken stream. We are getting really good. From our side.
Wait. So, important development. So, that Wraith Engine didn't just run it.
It charged, it looks like.
Oh, did it miss Ruin? It rolled a 3, but since it's back on, that should hit still.
7. Yeah, it should hit. Bricks.
Still, that just means that it dies for a different reason.
It's going to do some damage, and I guess now it's going to take control of Ruin and
Yes.
expose its back.
It's a bit of a different, like... It seems a bit strange, but we'll see how this goes. So, it looks
We're basically getting him to retreat.
And apparently punch... Oh, is that Iana he's punching?
No, Ayana would be...
Isn't too far?
Figure out what that is.
it's-
That's Reinhold.
it's-
That's Reinhold.
okay.
He just killed Reinhold, it looks like.
Alright. That's, I guess, a way of dealing with Denny. Well, the Denny murdering problem.
So that's a bit of a blow for Rich. That's his stuff when they're gone. Again, the Denny shows its flavour when it's like, hang on, you've stopped my magic, you've stopped my guns, you've stopped everything else. It's okay. I'll even use your own models to kill yourself.
Yes.
Because obviously we wouldn't want the game being too difficult. Okay, scene, we're going up and down. Up and down. Maybe, hang on, we bring this forward a little bit.
I could get. The thing is going to get in the way of the camera, but
There you go, that's fine.
That's
That's okay.
Should be heroes a bit more, but.
There you go.
It's probably the humans that like change their volume
That is very
when you're
That is
talking.
probably true. I mean,
So, like,
we
you
don't
need
have
to have
anyone
a-
here that's very loud and then very quiet for periods of time.
No, like
Yeah, that doesn't seem likely. Oh.
that's not like half of this room.
Who's that? Barsky Manon. Gonna go have a good cry about that one. Is he a Cryx player?
No, actually,
No.
I think
I
he's
think
a
he's
poor
a-
Legion
Trying to sense
player.
the sarcasm.
He's a Legion
Hi,
player.
Bosky. You should probably play a real faction.
So, active player, who of you and me are gonna do best this weekend?
Ooh, that's a challenge for him.
God, I hate fucking hedging like this, but
You're going down.
The problem is, right, if I just say myself, as I probably should, right, then you're just going to be the good guy in this particular scenario, being your plucky Legion player, and, you know, like,
And I'm gonna crush some people.
you're gonna, like, we were talking about it, right? It's kind of like Group Kit. Group Kit is fantastic if you're on the top tables. And then when you get to play into trash like Khador or Legion, you just lose. Like, if Pat was here, Pat would probably get fucked by you. Really badly, I might add.
Pat has
Yes.
lost a couple of games against me.
Dude, I already get memed anyway. Jesus Christ, what missed.
What?
Small chat shit.
Read the chat when you comment on the chat.
Active
or we
player
can't.
has to win or he gets memed. Okay, fine. I guess I'm gonna do best, because... Wait, is this going good?
Hello, random Australian person.
Hey there, welcome.
Welcome to the chat. How are
Welcome
you?
to our professional podcasting for professionals. Sorry, professional
They
streaming.
let you near a microphone.
Yes.
Always let near a microphone.
He can be.
I could be on the other side of the room, they wouldn't have a choice.
Why try to make him look an idiot when you can just let him do it himself?
Yeah,
That's fair. That's entirely fair.
So, how are you?
Good,
What
how
are
are
you
you?
going to do?
I don't know. I could give Chris a lap dance and embarrass him mightily, but
I'm
that
on
might be
video.
a little bit too like R-rated for the stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to stream shirtless even.
It's not. It's not. It's below the watershed somewhere. So.
We checked the rules
What's
because
happened here?
That's a lot of running ghost pirates, and oh no, yeah, there are ghost pirates.
Okay, so Rich is alright. So because the Wraith engine killed, attacked, he's able to just attack back without Ayana.
yeah,
Yep.
Question is, without charging, power 13.
they're
power 18,
not killing
guys
it.
at 5. That's
Well, they could actually, because they could get charges and like mini feet and repo. I'm just not sure what just killed a guy. I think that's a stalker.
Yeah, there's a stalker there as well.
Before now. And why is there a second rifle gen? I thought it was only one per.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's only one, right? Per round or something. How many Wraith? How many?
They put it back. They've decided like, turns out, guys, it turns out Cryx does have some rules.
Yeah, I can't place it because of the space.
No, wait.
You also can't make a second one.
You can make one per player turn. It's not just your own turn.
Oh, was he just triggering a free strike?
No, it was, he died from fire.
Guys, I was gonna be the most fair and fucking balanced thing.
What in Cryx
There you go,
has a
people.
fight? Oh, it's
Don't die
corrosion.
from fire.
Corrosion, yeah.
There's nothing in Cryx that engaged has fire.
Wait,
right?
wait, is it
No,
per
it's per
round
turn,
or
yes.
per turn? Well, alright.
We could check.
I guess we
We have
could
enough,
check.
enough
Tell you
electronics
what, we
here.
might as well just check to see if we can yell at some Irish dude.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, it is actually
Oh, it
turn.
is loose machine. Focus!
Oh god, just fucking show us the... What are your nationals? Don't make it
It's
judge
called
them.
Soul
So-
Bondage.
Why am I looking at mercenaries? In what life would I ever want to know mercenary stuff?
Well, I for one welcome on you, mercenary.
Once per round, I see.
Ah, it's
Once
okay.
per round. Or
We cheated!
I see cheated!
once
It's
per
once per
round.
round! Yep,
Yep.
looking at it now. Soul Bondage. If you want to add whips and stuff, that's down to you, but for us, it's once per round.
Twitch chat, does it again.
Strikes again.
So,
How many drinks you in? Which Chris? Loud or
I'm pretty...
quiet? I love the way I'm quiet.
Alright, look at
Loud
it's
or
clearly for you.
English?
How many drinks have you had?
5?
that's not
5
many.
beers.
5 beers. That's not many. I think it's more the. What we had half
Alright.
a bag of chips each.
That's it, yeah, we haven't had anything to eat, pretty much.
In that case, I have a question. Torb, what was in that shot that I got from the UK? Because it was like some tea.
They want to know how many drinks you're in.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, that's easy.
The Tetra tea.
The Tetra tea, yes.
You mean the 72%
Yes.
alcohol?
So I had one of those. And we got ambushed by some Polish at some point, and we're like 4 beasts. It's about like 6 or 7. Hey, Jack.
Still drinking?
Yes, we're still drinking.
Hey, it's escalated.
As much as you want.
Jack, do you want to be on television?
Why?
Hello, Jack Ding. How are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. What are we talking about?
He's just not on a chair, so he's kind of
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yes.
Are you doing commentary on this?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
the one on the right.
We're trying to pretend to commentate on the game, but as you can see, that's probably it looks like the Marauder got magic weapons and probably beat some of these guys' assholes to death. I would. Hey,
I would
Jack,
assume.
did Blackbane die?
Did what?
Did Blackbane die?
Did the Blackbane die?
Yeah. Got a nod. We got a thumb up on Blackbane dead.
Alright.
Rich is making a very lewd gesture as to what he did to Blackbane. The only term I can use is without lewd.
Alright, so it looks like the Marauder got magic.
Like 10 seconds, I couldn't tell what was what.
Okay, it looks like the Marauder got magic weapons and killed Blackbane, which is the first time I've seen Blackbane die in about 10 games.
If it's Sorsha.
Sorsha 2.
That was 100% Sorsha and 100% not.
Out of team?
Yes.
Looks like he's gone for the motherland with the posture attack rolls, and he's probably going to start
It
like
is.
blowing shit apart.
Probably still got loads.
Yes.
Why did we
Of course, from nine.
Let's play the other
Have you tried to tech some anti-Ghost Fleet tech?
No,
This is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, you're a
We'll
Legion.
play the
Well,
other
whatever, you're a mental
We got
player.
one
That
too,
makes
so
you
we'll call it
boring.
even.
You should be
then we'll
thankful
play the
I'm
other
telling you're a Legion player.
He's totally a Legion player.
He really is.
You don't know.
Totally a Legion player.
Yeah, totally.
They're still serving food, and it's 11.
Okay, alright, this really is just.
So now we have more random people coming into.
That's everything about the random.
So how are you?
Fine.
Are you feeling prepared for tomorrow?
No, to less beer. Like, to few beers.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
So you're not gonna be hungover enough to really perform tomorrow, is what
no,
you're
like,
saying.
my point is like, I want to be actually drunk tomorrow. That's the point.
Then we'll have to step our game up.
No, like, I think like we can be actually paired till Sunday, so
Constantly drunk until Sunday. This is the Polish tactic. You all heard it here first.
Alright, so to put in reference, Conrad from Polish, what are you guys?
like,
Hussars.
One of the Polish teams, it doesn't matter, they're all crazy.
It looks like Hussars on the shirt.
Yeah, that's fair.
you're just being active players, so shut up.
Oh, fuck off, mate. Hey.
Yeah.
Has anyone got any Savlon? That was a pretty harsh burn.
No, actually he won a tournament when I passed, in which I participated and I lost.
Yes.
In second round, so
To be
he's
fair,
the better one.
I was playing the best of all. It's the most
You're
horrible.
playing like fucking Mad Dogs, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna lie. So for anyone curious,
I'm still being polite.
no, it gets better. Literally, I went to bed before the finals, and I was
we don't know where
had
Norbert
nightmares
is. I
over the
think he's
Mad
off
Dog
drinking.
era. Oh, Norbert.
And he will be playing tomorrow, so you might see him on the stream, but it'll actually be
was like
on stream, not
on one machine weekend, like Chris didn't have his own Mad Dogs, and that was nice.
Yeah, that's right. Because I did the smart thing of borrowing other people's Mad Dogs.
And then getting them nerfed.
Yeah.
That's why you don't.
Have 3 Ghost Fleet on camera?
Yeah, true. Actually,
I figured it was.
Which match are you actually
No,
showing?
it's not Ghost Fleet over there, right?
I said Victor.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was deliberate.
it's that one.
Trying to get it there for 3 on camera.
The right one. Right one, sorry.
Hello.
Are you on stream as well?
Okay, so
That's no problem.
Why did you pick here to have a game if you don't want to be on the stream?
Well, Nikolai, that clearly is not true. I mean, come on.
Okay, so we've got the. So at the
Pick
moment,
that
this would be
table.
the second
No,
place,
pick
second
that
turn,
table.
so scoring
Pick
is
that
now
table.
available. You've
because
got the
that table
big
will put it up on
marksman
YouTube.
right next to the flag, so you can get a point.
Go there. You're not allowed to play on these tables. Go there.
Next, hang on, is what?
It's Khador Sorsha1 versus Ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
So my question is,
Maybe. It comes out of basically like how, like Sorsha1 doesn't have a fitness.
is that so?
Yeah, correct.
It doesn't look
But
like
she
it's
also
actually
doesn't
on
have
the
a
flag though, so
she has to
what I
play
can
with.
see is at the end of
Like,
this turn, as long
she
as
just has to play with the
contestant
rules
zone,
versus.
he will get 1 point. Now whether it be worth sacrificing marksman for that 1 point this early, it might be because late game when Denny sort of goes for that scenario push, where you generally can't get 6 points in one turn.
Yeah.
Not as well in fact. So,
How many points can you get in this scenario in one turn?
so you can kill
1, 2,
objective.
3, 4.
4, yeah, you can kill the objective, score both zones, and the flag. So 4. So having that 1 point means that even it will still take 2 turns of Denny dominating, which means that Rich can hold out. And normally, over the long term, it's better. It's like the Haley Denny thing, whereas if you can survive the early turns when everything comes out, it gets better in the long run. So we might see that. Although he's actually moved a lot of stuff next to the flag, so unless he repositions it out of the way, he might have just blocked his own flag off. I wouldn't put it past him. Honestly. We've got someone. We've got John Tendo. Got him for Rich there. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go. It's lots of dice going. I think these are rockets, and it looks too far away for any of the normal Winter Guard shots. And I imagine these will still have RFP on the Shatterstorm on them.
It doesn't look like it's enough to kill. This one's dead though.
So dead. The only thing, and something for you watching out there if you don't do this yourself, Shatterstorm is only on direct hit. So even with the rockets, you don't Shatterstorm off the explosions. It's something I tend to see quite a bit people misplaying. But Rich is aware of this. I got right, yes, he's repositioning back. Keeping that on the hill though, which is always useful. Contesting with some of the infantrymen. What is he doing with that last rocket? Yeah, he's coming back to safety with the last rocket. Looks like that marksman will walk up to the flag as well, which you can actually be in the zone on the flag and still on the hill, which is a great place to be.
It seems like the Cryx player is going to get an edge on the top zone here. It's probably going to be complicated for Rich to go up and actually contest that piece, and there's still so many pirates in the way and Rev and everything, so you can still make those engines every turn and probably continue to get the Butcher's machine, going backwards.
Yeah, I think that moving Ruin back has made it really difficult because he needs to be able to see to use balance charge.
Absolutely, so it's going to be a 4-inch movement into each, reach, 6-inch threats, and if he goes back 4 inches every turn, that's not going to be enough.
Currently, nothing in the zone, but there is an arc node or a light jack. So unless Rich runs something into that zone, it's going to go 1-1, and he's going to. I mean, it's still better than not having a point yourself, but going +1 against Denny is great. Not so good. Surprised he didn't just like run. I know that's a slope at the top, isn't it? So it's kind of blocking off all entrances to that zone. So it's actually been cleared off pretty well by James, that zone. I'm wondering, that means that Rich chose that side because he was second.
I think he probably chose it because of all the heals on this side.
Yeah, and also I think it kind of is the same. You've got a woods on the opposite zone, so it didn't matter which zone he picked. He was going to get a woods.
Doesn't he need like Pathfinder to actually move through the forest, whereas with the heals it's just free to go wherever he wants.
Yeah, so he can actually access most of the board. I keep pointing.
We have to remember that we have those wonderful tools that we can use. Those are actually heals.
Yeah.
And this on top is an actual obstruction. Yep. You can't really see it from here, so just to let you
That
know,
doesn't
guys.
really cause the ghost problem. Except for the revenant crew's still going through it.
I don't think it costs anything. They have to walk
The
past
Wraith
it.
Engine, Black Banes can get through it, but we saw obviously the Black Banes are more central to the board.
Well, just doesn't anyone go to get the spell that says you get ghostly?
Ghostly. So yeah, so no problem. So there's nothing to be gained from either side on the on which he picks. So from his side, he gets the elevation, which isn't ignored by the rifles, and Denny therefore doesn't get the elevation. Yeah. That hill is a pretty good hill for Denny just to stand on, catch both zones, catch all the flags, and have elevation as well as stealth, and just be a really bad day for Rich. So it looks like if the Wraith Engine didn't make the attacks before,
that is true.
it would have still been a corporeal. So it looks like maybe we misjudged what happened. Maybe what happened is the Wraith Engine ran up.
That is true.
And then he shot. Maybe he shot the guys.
Actually, he used the Stalker to kill the guy here to create the Wraith Engine. Or the Wraith Engine? I don't remember. The smaller, the
tiny Wraith.
Engine, the tiny Wraith. That is true. So just run up there. So
Machine Wraith.
Machine Wraith, yeah. So the thing is that now you can't actually do any kind of free strike when you're incorporeal or something go pass through you. So you're just there, but you're not there.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's not already popped out. I didn't see what he did first turn. I don't think he used it first turn, but I would be surprised if this was his mini feat of the IFP, so they can reposition, which will allow them. So it looks like he sent 2 to kill. Yeah.
Just went out.
So he sent 2 to kill the Decay Wraith while it's corporeal. It's probably a hit, that. Yep, so he kills it. He's now going to get to reposition 5 into that zone.
So the fish is fine here.
Yeah.
So wait, so it means like they got magic weapon from something. So I guess it's Ayana?
Ayana, yes, so Ayana came up.
Oh, and she repositioned back?
Yeah, so Ayana came up. She is here. So what she must have done is she moved up and then used the reposition to go back.
And we have a call on the stream. Hi.
Nice, Gary.
We've been invaded by Australians. If you can't see them properly, just turn upside down.
Hi, welcome, this is Gary. He's now your commentator on the stream. There we go.
Hi, Gary. Gary the koala.
Gary the koala.
Gary the drop bear.
Sorry.
The drop
Gary the
bear.
drop bear is currently high as fuck off eucalyptus, so it won't make much sense.
There we go. Much more appropriate. Wait.
This is... Can we put alcohol
So
on the
his
stream?
Godfather, it's just talking about the microphone levels. What are they louder than us normally, or are they just louder than us when they're because they were actually shouting at the time? So I'm wondering if that was making us quieter, or are they actually just louder in general? Do we need to get the mic really close?
Because I could try to do this though, but I'm not sure if it's going to be alcohol so much. It's the right one. Did you guys just hear like a loud clap? We'll get the answer in 20 seconds. I think we have like some kind of delay.
Yes.
Okay, we shall see once.
So it looks like Khador player's turn. Rich has killed the machine. Sorry, the Wraith
Killed
Engine.
Machine Wraith, killed K-Wraith, killed the Wraith Engine. Looks like I think he would have gone to 1 point.
Agreed.
With the, let's just see, yeah, so the marksman walked up to the flag as we said, so the marksman's on the hill with stealth, scoring, contesting, so that's a really good spot for the marksman to be in.
Actually, I think the player scored 1, right? The marksman is actually within the...
Is it, it's 1-0 to Rich.
What?
1-0 to Rich?
Yeah, it should be one.
It should be 1-0 to Rich. We've got 1 score there, and then the other zones are contested, and we don't think that's actually solo. It doesn't even look like he's on the flag anyway.
Yeah, so that's a fuck up from the Cryx player, basically. Like, what you do... So what you actually do as Ghost Fleet in these kind of situations, you just put some turd on the flag. Like, honestly, that Machine Wraith that killed Reinhold, possibly a mistake. What it actually should have done is run back the flag. The reason why is, in most lists, you actually have a serious time killing...
1-0 to Rich.
Yeah, okay, one over bridge.
I
You have
am
a serious.
I'm now happy.
Yes, he has. We're playing your game.
My ability to judge this game.
I mean, you can't be worse than Chile. Actually, you possibly can. Chile was fantastic at judging. Magic, one might say. Boozed up Magic.
So this game is very thrilling and we love it a lot, but
You know what, actually, this is actually a good game, because at the moment, most Khador players would have just fallen over and died, but this is actually a Khador player who's currently ahead on scenario points. We've not seen Denny's feet turn, but Wraith Engine and Cane Wraith both dead, pre-feet.
but not to be that way, but it's always even in the grind, then Denny feeds and you lose.
Oh, no, that's fine, but what I'm saying is, before Denny's feated, he's up on scenario, and he's ahead on the grind.
But he's soon gonna be majorly behind.
Indeed. So this is James's point where James needs to now bring this back. He needs to make the most, because if he doesn't, then it's seriously bad way, because I think he's behind at the moment.
He's definitely going to embarrassingly lose if he does say lose.
Yeah, if his feet doesn't come back.
To be fair, Rich has actually given him more threat range by giving him the Marauder. Obviously, the Marauder was worth it because it killed Rengrave, but maybe it wasn't.
Rengrave, Blackbane.
Blackbane, sorry, Blackbane. But that might bite him. Like, personally speaking, my problem with Epic Sorsha in this particular match is you basically don't have a feat, and Denny has one of the best feats in the game. That's not fantastic a place to be. Now, if you're a good Denny player, you can leverage that, like, quite strongly. I think throwing away Machine Wraith, like, the Wraith Engine was a massive mistake, like, holy fuck. But the rest of it, we'll see.
Well, he threw it away to be able to have a good feet turn. So, like, that's give and take.
I don't know if he really did.
Like, he got away the stealth removal. So now then he can be aggressive.
Yeah, but you've got Sorsha. Like, if you feed on Sorsha, she can just, like, kill you by hammering you in the face.
Meh.
You say meh with a double damage Sorsha.
I used to feed with Sorsha.
What?
She's really defeated. She killed the Stalker and the Wraith Engine.
Oh.
That was the
That
feat.
was the
She
feat.
defeated
Yeah,
it.
she defeated killed those. Yeah.
Well, alright. I'm
That's
clearly
how-
not allowed to commentate.
about to get out.
She's outside of 21 of Denny, so she can't.
Okay,
be
good man.
feated on. Yeah.
Yeah, just, like, Denny's about to charge, so that might be a
Rich
problem.
is just coming over to let us know that Pat doesn't have to batter him within an inch of his life. He's remembered his teachings from Pat Bot, his captain.
So apparently, Tourbillon's volume is about double yours while talking.
That's because I'm loud.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to, like, speak down a bit.
Ruin
Could
is
we?
currently
Hang
the... Oh, yeah.
Could it be that the mic is actually on the wrong side? Because it feels like this is on the wrong side.
I don't think so.
Oh, the green light is towards you, right? So
Yes, it is.
Just trying to get it in without... So we sit back.
So we see
We
the-
fit, and that's much closer. Okay.
I can't see what's happening there, but it's fine.
Nobody cares if they can see you. They want to watch the game.
Yeah, no, but we're just making sure they can hear.
I lost,
and then
I lost the
when
control
we're
screen.
between
It's
the
okay. Because like I'm gonna make.
Wait, Josh, can I read this? Fuck, you're not helping. Not helping.
I was gonna say, is that food queue gone? Are they still there? Or are they just closed down?
They probably are.
I just asked if like, if they're still serving.
I'll put it this way, whatever was in that food was just not agreeing with me.
You know, you're not, like, good on the pommes and whatever it is, random street stuff.
I usually am, it's just that I'm pretty sure that wasn't, like, real food, so... Alright, I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Cool.
I'm trying to get somebody to get us food.
Awesome.
That would be great.
Like this.
That would be awesome.
So we've got a lot of thinking going on here from
The Denny player.
the Denny player into Khador. He's playing against Snowflake Beach, Sorsha1.
So what do you want and which sauce do you want?
The edible kind.
The edible kind?
Yeah.
They have something called samurai sauce. Do you want to try that?
Americana. He wants
I have no
Americana.
clue what that is.
Okay. Either. What we get one of each?
I think they have mayonnaise, ketchup, samurai, and I don't know.
We can fix it. It's fine.
Let's get somebody to come here and so we can ask him actually what kind of sauce those sauce are. If this is like awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
Doesn't feel like the game is very important right now. We can talk about food, right? Which is very important to food.
I mean, it's not important turn or anything. I mean, Denny's. This is probably the pivot point for Denny.
Is Denny feeding this turn? I don't think so.
If Denny doesn't feed this turn,
I think
I'm not
he's
sure
gonna
actually
swing
what she
enough.
can feed because the spacing of where everything is. If she feeds to catch the IFP, she's not going to catch the majority of the Winter Guard, and then that takes down the amount of Winter Guard he can shoot because he's having to double up.
So I don't think this is the feed turn. I'm not sure, but I don't think so.
I think if she feeds, so she is there currently, I believe. I think that's Denny. Is she known that she's not painted like that, is she? Oh, hang on, no, I've completely missed it. I saw the focus, the wrong one. Right, Denny. Right, Denny is here. Okay.
Oh wait, that's Denny?
I think that's Denny. There is focus next to a model that looks like it could be Denny. Right, so advancing, I think if she wants to catch everything here and everything back here, we're talking rough judgment, unfortunately, because of the way the table is. She would need to be in sort of this area, which I think she might be able to go. But at that point, do you want to be stood next to a Marauder, right next to everything? I mean, that Marauder, unless it literally is dead.
I don't think it's a very good idea.
No, but come on, a Marauder is not a threat.
I mean, Marauder might
A
not
Marauder
be a
is
threat,
2
but...
and it's 3 inches of threat.
No,
it's
but
not.
like, if you can see what we can see,
Okay.
you'd understand. Basically, to catch everything, she'd need to literally be like nearly
In the middle of the army.
Yeah, she'd be stood next to it. Yeah. So at this point, it's kind of understanding what James wants. Does he want the Winter Guard? Does he want the IFP? I'd imagine he'll probably want to get Ruin. So that would probably maybe push him more north to catch the IFP.
What are you laughing at now?
Never mind. You'll see on the Twitch channel afterwards.
It's
just there was just a way for the Negra to get very deep into the action and to take this very profound positioning onto the board and be able to open up a lot of their powers to some kind of very...
I feel like you're using a very lewd language here now.
Alright, what have I missed? Nothing.
Not much.
It's War Machine.
Oh, no, he's actually done it. He's actually walked into combat with the Marauder. He might charged. No, he's going for it. So we might see a bit of is Dark Sentinel. Does she still have that, or is that Denny 2?
No, Denny 1 has Shadowbind, right?
Shadowbind. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the dark?
You
mean the golfing thing? Yeah. Okay. No, she.
Okay, so she's gone straight in. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for her. So she'll catch those IFP. She's probably not going to catch Yana and Holt.
The real question is whether she.
Reinhold.
The real question is actually whether she catches Sorsha.
I think she'll catch Sorsha. Oh no, she can't catch Sorsha.
There were 21 inches between them.
Yeah, that was before she charged.
And she charged 10 and then she beat
which
14.
makes,
So yes, she should be able to catch it.
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder if that. Oh, I guess that.
There are 2 arc nodes up near Sorsha, so this might actually be an assassination run. We believe Sorsha is in here. This may be Sorsha.
Let me show it. So I actually did like my job, clean that up for a bit.
I can't see you.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, yes. Sorsha is basically that model there.
Okay, so top. She looks like she's been knocked down, so that's probably a Scourge.
Yep. So
Being Scourge, this is probably
Sorsha
not
is
a good
knocked
time.
down. Sorsha is feeded on, knocked down.
And Sorsha, I think, is about to eat
soon comes the rockets, I think.
So basically what we're saying is what normally happens is the Khador player did lots of crazy stuff, played lots of things, and then the Scourge knocked down, shoot them, happened.
And there's that. What is this next? Is this the Venom?
Possible Venoms. I think actually you're probably just going to see the Revenant crew. There's enough Revenant crew there with feet. So she goes to armor 13. So even a dice.
About 12 guns,
Yeah.
minus 1.
Yeah, Yeah, so you can see him starting to roam focus. So if I'm betting this, I think that he just chucked a. No, he didn't chuck a Venom out. He probably did.
You want to try to equal the thicker than regular Chris?
Sorry?
Sorry. With English Chris.
Okay.
It's some kind of things made out of the entrails of pigs, I think.
Okay.
You wanna try that?
Why not?
Cool. Okay.
I have black pudding. That's literally the same one. It's fine. That's actually just blood.
What the fuck did you just try and sign yourself up for?
I have no idea. Freaking deal.
Oh, there you go.
So yes, I mean, looks like this might be it. There's a bit of a sad look from Rich. Gary is unimpressed either. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is kind of the thing at the moment. It kind of feels like the Cryx player just has a little flow chart. Did my opponent not play perfectly?
I actually got
win.
all the way to talk to one of my good friends, Conrad, who's on this Polish Hussars team. He was just like, I don't see how Denny wins this game, and I was like, I can see Denny pulling some bullshit.
Yeah.
Congratulations, this is it. The actual catch of this matchup is that, personally speaking, if you play the best game you can as the non-Ghost Fleet player, you make one mistake, you're fucked. It's a flowchart of vulnerability. So it comes down to melee, you're just dead. As in, anything gets to melee with you under Denny's feet, with all the debuffs you can apply, you're just dead.
So now he's measuring just for the riflemen?
More than likely.
Yeah, I think it's just rifle power. I mean, dice happen. It might. If the dice don't happen.
If dice don't happen, just so everyone knows, Sorsha1's already feeded. So guess what? Denny probably kills her the next turn.
I don't think there'll be a second game. Not planning on doing a second stream.
Personally speaking, I'm gonna go to bed because I need to sleep off this alcohol.
It took us long enough to get this lot to actually give us a game because for some reason there's 300 plus War Machine players. No one wants to play War Machine.
Yeah, because we were all lining up for food. Speaking of which, right, we had fucking shit food. It was like fries and something that was approximately a sausage. At one point in its life.
That's the fricadelle thing. It looks like they're out of it, so we get meatballs.
Nice.
Or something that looks like meatballs.
Wait.
Everyone loves meaty balls.
Are you fucking lining up for the carts again? Because I'm not going to do that this week.
I've sent somebody to do it.
So I see. Regardless,
I'm not going to tell him that.
Okay, so questions then before we. This looks like it's probably. Although,
You
to
should
be
have
fair,
seen
actually
what
looking at it,
Holm
that unit
and
activated
Yash
and the
did
game
before.
isn't over.
Hermione's pukes is no big
Rich
deal.
is not turned away from the table in disgust.
Yeah, we might.
So the assassination isn't going to work. I'm like 99% sure.
Right, what's up, Tom?
So there could be a Marauder pounding on Denigra next turn.
Looks like it.
Oh.
Snap. The last rifle that he thought he was gonna get in doesn't have Pathfinder.
Oh.
So
yeah, snap. So it's Sorsha knocked down and nice work. Sorsha knocked down and parasited, right?
No, Venom.
Venomed. As much as
for the kill.
yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's no Ray of Ruin getting souls though. That's the problem.
Well, I think I know exactly what happened, which is like, how many boxes is Marauder on? Is Marauder on full? Because I suspect if that's the case,
I don't think that Marauder's been hurt.
Exactly. He sadly cannot like do combo slam or anything cool, but
So he'd be Matt's 5.
Yep.
Death 16.
Oh, look.
Looks like
she's
Try
16.
to save.
Pirates are going to try and kill
there's
Marauder
probably at least
and
one
save
charge
Denigra.
there, so we'll see how that goes. I should probably shut my mouth because at this point this is actually probably table talk. Despite, God, how far away are we from them? 10,
About
20?
10 feet, yeah.
About 10 meters.
You're
Yes.
allowed Chris though, so.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hits. So it's what? It's about 10-ish. They have a gang, right?
They have gang.
Yeah.
So
No,
that would
they're
be
pound
power
9.
12. It'd be power 11.
Yeah, they're power 9 base.
Yeah,
with
so
their
they're
new
actually
weapon.
power 13 on the charge and power 12. Oh no, power 14 on the gunshot.
Yeah.
And the feed is up.
If you're counting the feed as powered, yes.
Yeah.
What do we think of Circle? Just switch to it from Khador and hope I'm not regretting it.
We
Don't like Khador.
don't think Circle are good
Facebook
right now.
group is just the whiniest thing in the world, so just ignore them.
Put it this way, Circle getting War Jacks or Walled Jacks, as we've been dubbing them, that's actually a big deal. I'd put a bit of them on hold before, like, seriously.
We're gonna see their Sid soon.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
the Stone Sid is going up soon, and that's gonna be a big thing.
Yeah, it's what comes down to. I think Circle now suffers from the problem of like, when you're playing against an opponent who's like, well, that's cute. I have like 10 heavies though, and you've got the cute tricks that are like, that's really cute.
6 appeared, so that's obviously
the Marauder's Cortex. The Marauder's Cortex is gone, by the way.
Oh, damn. Alright.
Sorsha not dead, it's not over.
So I'm afraid to say that at this point, depending on where James is, it was not McDermott. James basically might actually just live this turn despite fucking up an assassination because Denny feet.
Yeah, Denny feet is really
Oh
good.
yeah, so Fat Bro's here saying that Kaya 3 and Una 2 was so good per Pagani. I think the thing with Circle, and I used to play Circle Mark 2, switched back to Khador Mark 3, was that a lot of Circle's things, but they had a lot of tricks. They were very trick focused, and a lot of their tricks disappeared in Mark 3, or at least were made a bit more fair.
They were made too expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So they then, I think it's kind of a thing where you're stuck with a lot of people that are potentially long-term Circle players, which were literally forced to rethink how they play. It wasn't just like Khador actually was really good because how they wanted to play was how they were made to play, and a lot of factions kind of found their identity, whereas Circle had this tricksy, oh my god, I've got nothing left but this Warble flies 30 inches across the table and murders you. That was all there, and then slowly that all went away, and now they're left. Like a lot of the things you see, like they hate the goats. Like the goats were meant to be these like cheap beaters, and you just never see them. They don't like them. I mean, it's one of those. I don't play Circle, so I can't say how it is.
They're too expensive for what they do.
It's also like Circle did. Ironically, like you, Mr. Andy, you talking about Una 2 is actually relevant because if you'll notice, there's a shit ton of Una 2. Una 2 got nerfed, like very hard. Her feet went to basically like
plus 2 speed.
Her feet is now effectively mobility.
Plus speed is fair.
Mobility
plus 2 speed, and I don't take free strikes.
Yeah, so mobility and Ghost Walk. It's not a good feat. But it turns out Una 2 still has griffins that each griffin, just for record, hits as hard as Butcher.
Like a griffin.
Like actually hits as hard as Butcher.
A griffin killed Abitu on 2 camp. Just one griffin, the only griffin left on the table.
Torb, guess what? That seems like underperforming. He should have killed you with like. He should have killed Abby and then had spare fury to BM attacks on the other people, then finished off Abby.
So Snarky is saying, is Xerxes 2 and 7 Archidons a thing? Not here, but Xerxes 2 and 8 Drakes and Basilisks.
Oh my god.
That is actually a list I saw it play today.
No, that's so
okay,
bad.
I'm gonna call this here. I'm gonna pull rank. It's like fetch. It's not a thing. It's not gonna be a thing.
It's not good enough.
It's not good enough.
Yes. If you play Scorn, you play Rachette, and you play Kit Kats, and that's what you play, and that's it.
Well, occasionally you play like Hexy or some shit, so you can.
What was your options for Scorn?
Dominar, Rachette, and Kit Kats.
Zal 2?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. We've started Scorn arguments, it appears, so no.
Why are you guys talking about crap factions anyway? Talk about a better faction, like.
Right, so going back to
there are no better factions.
Signar!
What's your thoughts on
I'm still waiting for a good tier list.
Well, they're all coming.
They're coming.
They're all coming.
That's like winter.
I mean, the construct one is basically going to be like, play the list you're playing already.
Are you seeing this?
Wait.
Cossacks are coming. The Cossacks are coming.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's the Cossacks. Hype in chat, hype in chat, hype in chat. It's the Cossacks.
Just there.
Where are they? Where are they?
Wait, I'm going to show it here.
Oh, it's
Are they going to kill Denny?
Are coming.
Are they going to
They're
kill
not
Denny?
going to kill Denny, but they are going to make some Revenant Pirates wish that they were born.
Oh, they're going to miss like they usually
All right.
Well, to be fair, actually, yeah, they're probably just going to come in.
Like, what, Rat 4?
Rat 4, in the back, Rat 6, possibly if they did a couple of them aim, Rat
So
8.
they basically have to
No,
attack
he's
from the back to
moving
be
them.
able to maybe have a chance to do something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what you're actually... So this is a... I don't know why the Ghost Fleet player in this case has done this. Like, James, holy shit, just like go back to Ghost Fleet camp, go back to BMing camp. Basic problem is he's committed all of his pirates up there, so Rich actually has the chance of like wiping them out, like legitimately.
So Snarky, we've got Grimkin, double DM, or DM and Bump as a list pair. As a Grimkin player, I went double DM. I know there's a bunch of people that basically went, I think the majority were double DM instead of...
Food is coming.
Oh, this is brilliant.
This is awesome.
This
is great.
So,
I'm gonna die.
but I think... Thank you very much.
Do you need something from us? Like a ticket or something? Okay, give it to you. Can you... Sorry guys, you know, it's...
Denny feed does not work on Cossacks because they were not on the table at the time to get feeded on. True story.
Awesome, so we have black stuff. Is that potato? Or... Oh, it's meat. It should be meat. Have you tried this one, Chris?
I don't want to because that literally is making me sick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's French fries and then random stuff they put in a
Whatever it is, it's
fryer.
Yeah.
And then covered in mayonnaise.
Yeah.
People taking pictures of us eating.
Right,
so
as I
anyway,
was saying about the double DM, so I think the problem with the Grimkin at the moment is which
that
is
you
probably
lose
gonna
to
play-
Legion.
No, right.
That's the problem. You lose to Legion.
I got
No,
it.
that's not a problem. You don't. It doesn't count if you lose to fake factions.
Yeah, so the problem is
You
one
lose.
of the casters isn't out yet. It doesn't come out till Wednesday. So you've not got the old witch at all.
Oh man. Let's do the tray back.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Again, sorry guys.
So you're missing that.
Can I get that tray, please?
No,
What?
he has to be able to get it back to the restaurant or whatever.
You're missing Mad Caps.
Motherfucker, I need to steal a
That's
tray.
neither here nor there, but you're missing Old Witch, who is a good bump caster. You've also got the fact that this is a fully painted event, and some of the stuff only literally came out a couple of weeks ago. And unless you were Pat and you were actually at Lock and Load to pick it all up, you've had 1 or 2 weeks to paint stuff. So I think Grimkin themselves are being shaped by the release schedule.
Yeah.
So double DM is infinitely easier to paint up than a bump list, which with infantry could be 50-60 models.
Yeah.
So,
There's other aspects too. For instance, Old Witch is one of the bigger, better answers to Ghost Fleet that Grim can have. Yes, I've been told that apparently Grim can shit on Cryx. Personally never
it's
seen
beautiful.
it.
It's beautiful. I've seen it. Not by me, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen it not work. Like many times.
Wanderer was legal for the WTC. He came out 2 weeks ago.
Yes, Wanderer is
It's
legal.
just Old Witch that wasn't.
Yes.
Wanderer and the Mad Caps.
Correct. So basically, the big problem is Old Witch. It also has a problem for Khador as a side note. Not that anyone like, which is a bit sad because Old Witch is one of their better answers, in my opinion, to like Fleet.
But yeah, no. It doesn't matter. You don't counter Fleet and Dark Coast at the same time, and that's
yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you counter Ghost Fleet because yeah, who cares?
So the main problem actually is you just say, for instance, slap a pirate leader and rip. Cool. There's a slight problem with that. You have to slap them, like in the face.
If you can actually get in melee with your bagman with your dread rods into a pirate leader, then either you're winning anyway, or your opponent is an idiot. It's got to be one of those two because they're only speed 5. They can run. They're not going to survive the rifles. When the Denny feet hits, it's death 10. They're just going to die.
They get out-threated and you have Denny feet.
Now,
each pirate kills 2 dead.
I'm going to interject something here though, and this is something that's relevant. Like, a lot of people don't actually know how to play into Grimkin. Because Grimkin are a very unique experience. Let me just stick my fucking... Yeah, let's stick my head into this. There we go. Alright.
From behind.
Okay, but fine. Realistically speaking, Grimkin, you need at least 2 to 3 games into Grimkin to understand how the Arcana are going to fuck your particular lists. And it's a weird thing we found where the best lists to play into Grimkin are the dumb lists. Like...
The Abbey 2s, the...
Yeah, the Karchevs, this list just upkeeps a spell and go. It doesn't even cast anything, right? Because you want as little points of failure versus Grimkin as possible. Yeah. Because the more things that can go wrong, like what Grimkin excel at is going like, okay, I've just got to land
game plan. Like,
yeah, he's like, I've just got to land this TK, or like, I've got to land this temporal acceleration to get in range here, and they just go, fuck off.
Pat's, it's been mentioned, Pat's Heretic list is a very good list in Cryx.
Yeah.
I've seen that work against Host, I've seen it work against Fleet.
But half of that is Pat being a good player.
It's the thing about it as well is, and it said it shouldn't work, is that it's so precise. If you let one, it's there like we said before. If you let one thing go wrong, if your corpses aren't in the right place, you use your ruin at the wrong time. You don't arcane vortex. You don't get enough corpses back to keep arcane vortexing. It all starts to fall downhill. But if you play it well, which obviously Pat does, it just works very well. And then obviously the scale of that will work against your opponent. So yeah, it's just, but yeah, it's brilliant. I can't wait to give it a go myself.
There's been our experience as well to actually signal. Like a lot of it comes down to how do you trigger Shroud? Do you trigger at the right time? How does the signal player respond to that? How can they respond to that? Like you can, for instance, just completely fall a Kane through assassination if they go like, cool, Shroud. But on the other hand, you could just go like, if Kane hasn't activated yet, or like you have, like Sloan is a much better caster than Grimkin than like Kane on the account of like, there's much less that can go wrong. All Sloan's got to do is just like literally go on the table and like, pop feet, pop her thing, and just like go to town. What can fuck up there, right?
She can roll bad dice.
Yep, she can.
And she can time. Holm proved that he can time against anyone.
Yeah, I don't think Holm valued his beard enough. For a reference, right, that was the reference to the Swedish infamous shave bet.
Between Will Pagani and Andreas Holm.
Yes.
Where Holm lost his glorious beard.
I'm not gonna lie, I looked at that and like, originally like, oh, this is a friendly match and shit, and then Holm rolls out with a 9 light Kara Sloan list designed to just blow him off the table. I'm like, first I saw Holm beat and do pretty well, and then I saw Holm lose. I'm like, what?
He did terribly on his feet turn.
He did amazingly bad.
He really scrubbed out that game.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, this game is still going on.
Thank you very much. Halloween was to eat when you're talking.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, what's really happening in this game? I can't see anything. So
what's happening is, honestly, and the sad truth is, like, Ridge can't actually kill Denny for her trouble, despite Denny landing a parasite, not a parasite, like a scourge on
Sorsha, and feeding on her. So like,
have I had?
Yep. So we are now post feed.
Well,
so everything is.
We're not post. Okay.
We're post Denny feed. Ruin hasn't been harmed from what I'm aware, other than to be turned around and walked off, and now that's not going to happen again because the Wraith Engine's not there. So really, this is now the point at which Denny should have. This is what we were saying earlier. Is that should have been when Denny just finished it.
It doesn't care. Like, one yak doesn't do enough.
Yeah.
We're still in it. You were convinced this was over bottom of turn 2. We're now turn 3.
I was convinced he would time top of 1. I was sure he would time.
Torb's a bit of a harsh mistress at times. For my part, have I successfully into Dark Menagerie with Karchev? Yes, and it's off the back of Karchev's an excellent pest exterminator.
Karchev survives.
Well, it's more that Karchev can kill gremlin swarms, and that's actually what a lot of those lists lean on, is like, Sigma actually have trouble killing gremlin swarms, and Karchev has a axe body spray that does it. Funnily enough, it usually kills the gremlin swarm, then the fucking Skinner Moans gets sat on his ass, especially if it's right behind it. And again, like, Karchev has a lot less fuck-ups that can rarely happen. You can't ruin against Karchev, for instance.
And he can play the long game. Like,
he definitely can. That's it.
There are 2 things you have to do against Grimkin. Either you have to have a so strong alpha strike that you just wipe them off the table, Abby 2 style, or you need to be able to play like 5 turns
of just taking a beating and trading.
You need to be able to outvalue
Card chef.
Skinner modes is the actual key factor.
Yeah.
And
And that's card
S&M,
chef.
like, let's be honest, right? S&M's fantastic.
It's a very good beast.
It is the best beast.
Cage Rager.
It takes time. It takes time.
No. It is much better than Rage Cager.
It's-
Rage Cager is not as good as Skin and Bones.
It has Wraithbane.
It doesn't matter. It's Mat 6 and Speed 4.
That doesn't matter, it has Wraithbane. Wraithbane is the best thing in the world.
It's a support beast. I
love my support beasts.
Well, that's because you play Legion and you just believe in bloat. Holy shit, Torb. Cut your bloat. Cut the fat off. Don't need this.
I need all my fat.
No, you don't.
Like, I need my
Torb,
Seraph,
you're like
I
9
need my
foot 9.
bloat
I don't even know how Imperial measurements work, and that actually sounds about legit. You can shed
6'11".
Really?
Yeah.
Only 6'11".
Yes,
That
I'm
seems like
not in the
Imperial
7 feet club.
Right, okay, that seems like Imperial scale is broken. Alright. Back to the game. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so Sorsha's forfeited her action to stand, I believe.
Looks like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go check the table.
Actually,
Oh, we've got to kick you out.
Okay. To be honest, I might actually bail for tonight. I'm really tomorrow. Hard work day tomorrow. Personally speaking, this matchup's going to come down to what Denny does after this. I can see Sorsha still dying. How much did Sorsha get left on?
Not sure.
She only took a Venice. Six.
Okay, that worries me though, because the fact that we've been talking at Rich Can Heroes means that
Means tomorrow we're gonna have to tone it down.
Yeah.
So just to let you know the settings, we have a row of players that's just in front of us, which is going to be the people that are going to be streamed on the page 5/Muson stream, and then there's another row of players that's going to be all stream. And we thought that maybe we're going to have enough spaces for people not to hear us, but doesn't seem to be the case.
You might want to tell Hato that
his drop bear is.
There's a reason why that drop bear is down here and not there. So for everyone else's reference, I'm probably not going to be commentating on account of I'll be either stuck in there or probably being banned from the commentary booth.
We won't ban you, we just have to make you quiet.
Well, that's just not going to work.
Maybe we can set up like a whole card.
Maybe I'm just gonna, okay, no, I got an idea. Maybe if I get to commentate, and considering we're not in a soundproof booth, which means I can't like let this my full locality, I have to actually just hold placards.
You get a thick pen and a pen.
Yeah.
Write it down.
It's just like, I can write really fast if I have to, I'm sure. I can be loud for in terms of writing, or just like shit talk on the like chat, I'm sure. Anyway, look, I think this is going to come down to how this turn plays out from the Ghost Street's perspective. I'm honestly predicting that Sorsha dies again, because it's probably going to be a case of Denny, oh man, Denny's got a Ghost Pirate just walking his Sorsha. That's really fucking awful.
I'm gonna head up, Chris.
Me too, I'm actually going to go.
Yeah, don't stay up too late.
No, I said like I'm going to go right now. So, I've been everyone adieu, and good luck, Rich. If I can believe in you, but you're really, really fucked.
Right, so.
Cheers, guys.
Alright.
Goodbye, Gary. The caller, the drop bear.
Oh, we've lost Gary, I apologise.
Say goodbye.
Gary said goodbye.
Yeah, say goodbye.
Good night, mate.
Just active player -1. Is there a joke about the -1?
I do love that he's actually there on his shirt. I don't know, it's Australian and Irish relations.
Okay, sorry, they're playing a game of
Catch the Gary.
And so they're throwing stuffed koalas around the room. And now it's okay. So drink Australians.
Anyway, right, so I think we're turn 4 now.
Absolutely, right there.
Haha. That one? Okay, we're turn 4. I think.
It's okay. We're all tired.
I promise this is just a test stream at the moment. We are just getting used to the systems and stuff like that. I know we've not actually been tracking. I'm pretty sure as well Rich is on more than 1 CP. I think he's probably on 3.
Not so sure, but everything has been contested so far.
2-1. Okay, so it's 2-1 on the CPs.
So scoring the first one?
Thank you.
Down here.
Okay.
No, sorry. Punch keyboard. And it's 2-1?
Yep. Okay. So we're 2-1. So it's 2-1. Turn 4. So there's 3 more turns. And Rich is ahead. Big points for the ghostly player is he's currently got Denny in combat, although a crippled Marauder. Still in combat with a Marauder, so he's going to have to make sure he kills that before Rich's next turn, because even with 1 fist max 7, only needs those 7s to hit.
Yeah.
If he hits, it means he can't spend all his focus, because he's going to have to keep it in case he does get hit.
Marauder is a broken Vortex anyway, so it's just a matter of can I do those 7s. So it's not the question about should I give the Marauder focus. So I guess yes. It should
That's what I mean. Denny has to keep a focus on it, just in case if he doesn't kill it, there's the chance of hitting it, which means she's not going to do as many spells. So he's going to be James trying to make sure he kills that Marauder, unless he's just happy that Denny's going to kill him anyway, and just risk the 7s coming through. It's not going to be boosted, which is obviously a good thing as well. So yeah, we promise we'll have a better, more coordinated stream tomorrow, more focused on the game.
We're not gonna be so many noise.
Yeah, we had some lovely extra drunken PreWTC players that came over. So as much as I'm sure you'll miss Active Player and Torbjorn, they will be too busy trancing each other tomorrow during the games. Let us know on the stream. We've got some ups and downs, and as we are hitting.
What's the objectives?
Okay, so the objectives for Khador was Armory, which is magic weapon. And it was stockpile for Cryx. Which Mark covered. Thank you very much, Mark. Okay, so there's a scramble up at the top. Looks like you've got your 2 Arc Nodes, 2 Death Rippers, and Reveling Crew. It looks like some of the Black Banes are going up there as well.
I think it's just going to greening out the pikemen here.
Yeah.
At some point, it's not.
It looks like the Denny play is to kind of clear that top section.
Look who's there, and when we haven't really paid attention, there's a year.
Yeah, the good old Coslight Woodsman. Trying to earn their points back. They did kill a few pirates, I'm not sure how many.
They're just gonna come back, you know? Pirates.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that, but... triple 1 they look like. That can't be a good thing. What's going on? Right? Death Rippers. Free strike. There's no crits. That's the difficulty when you take free strike. It's hit. I think this is important. About 13. That's 9 damage. Yep. Takes out the Arc Node. That's a really important role there. Okay, so he's running around. Alright, so he's just trying to get some work done now with the Ripper.
I'll allocate 1 to that. I'll get 5 risen, then I'll spawn my ambushes. Wait, what was my call?
So tomorrow, when we're not going to have like players coming in and commentating very loudly on the microphone, we should have a lot of information to share with you about the teams, the players. I think there's a bunch of shit that needs to be filled by the players.
So tomorrow the idea is going to be Muse has got the same setup that they've got from last year, so they're going to be able to flick between Whereas what we're going to do is we've got the one table, the others are all being recorded though for YouTube, so hopefully that will mean you guys actually watch the individual matches for any sort of learnings. But what we'll do is we'll mainly commentate on the one, we're going to be able to see how the other games are going, we'll give you all the info on all the teams and matchups, we'll probably have a bit of a competition between me and Quentin to see on if we can predict the winners in each round. I can see that going a bit of England versus France on there, WTC Inception, just two countries. But yeah, we'll see. There'll be lots of stuff to talk about. That's the good thing. The background is so loud.
Yeah, don't worry, tomorrow is going to be different. Yeah, the mic has moved and is now closer to our heads. It's better though.
Is it better?
I think I'm still convinced that the mic is
the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feels like this should be the way towards us. Although I'm not so sure, but it's
Okay,
better.
We'll try
this way
and see what people think. Because that would probably explain why
Torbjorn was
the
so loud
loudest if he was behind it. Don't know. We'll do our best anyway. But yes, so you'll be getting the results. What we'll also do is try and get you an update. We'll try and get the captains over from the winning team for a bit of an interview afterwards, and just try and make it as interesting as possible. So if you want to see the fancy schmancy stream, you can go to Muse. If you want to see the good stream, then you come to us guys at War Room. Obviously, I didn't say that.
We are the most committed cast.
Yep.
As we are here tonight.
Oh, it looks like the mic was pointing the wrong way.
Ah.
Okay, we're happy with that now. That seems to be the.
We're sure this green light had to be somewhere we could
see it. Yeah, that makes sense. So now we understand why Torbjorn was the loudest person, because he was behind the mic, which actually happened to be the front.
7 million hours.
So.
Oh.
We got. When do you need to look it?
I come back in about 10 minutes to a quarter of an hour and then I leave.
Okay,
so. Yeah, but we are streaming here. Please.
Hardcore guys now. You both lose 10 minutes on your clock.
Oh, come on. He can come back in 30 minutes.
What happened?
So Denny missed assassination, and then Denny's on zero camp and within range of... she's camping team and within range of Sorsha and Ruin, who are fully operational.
Okay. Were they not affected by the feat?
I know, feat's gone, this is the turn after.
Ah, okay.
So the feat turn didn't go off, the second assassination turn didn't go off.
Well, looks like you have 10 minutes to finish the game, so...
Oh,
what's happening?
Okay, I'd back up because they've got a quarter of an hour coming in. Right then, boys and girls. So it looks like it was, as we said before, Denny didn't do enough on her feet turn. Rich is coming over to be happy on the stream. Yay! Happy Rich.
Really scary, really scary. It was wonderful though.
So did it go to plan? I know what didn't go to plan was when Ruben turned around and smacked Reinhold.
Yeah,
I could see your face at that one.
That wasn't so good. That was a real problem. Placement. Yeah, I made two really big mistakes. One was I measured 21 from Sorsha to Denny, which is the magic number, and then left this perfect beacon to charge because I got so excited about killing Blackbane. So that's a problem number one, and then I didn't block line of sight at all. I just got excited about killing the Wraith Engine and the Stalkers. So I should have had the Iron Fangs, so that they'd little ranks through to Denny, through to Sorsha, and if that had been there, then actually there isn't much of assassination run at all.
So can you tell us what just happened here? So this is Denny, right?
Yeah, this is Denny. So what happened is this is on my feet turn, the the Winter Guard at the bottom of the screen when they start clearing that zone, the ones that are out of feet. I did some work up at the top, and then Sorsha ran away and camped. And with the Cossacks jamming everything, the only option James had was to try for another assassination run. And the only way to do that was to walk some Blackbanes in to Sorsha, and then he needed 10s to hit, which they didn't hit. And And then Sorsha was engaged, but then, because of Sorsha being awesome, they're all stationary, which meant Denny could walk up, scourge the Blackbane that was then in the forest, because you couldn't see through, which was fine, and then boosted blast damage on Sorsha, which didn't do anything, so it's like power 7, and it's like dice off 8, so I spent 1 and I camped 3, and then he had 1 gunshot and didn't go off, and then Denny's on 2 in front of Ruin and Sorsha.
So that's pretty much over.
So yeah, James called it there. Because I've got basically, Ruin could just walk up and do Ruin things, and he can probably just one-shot her, and then Sorsha can just walk up and do Sorsha things, which is wonderful.
Beautiful. So you didn't shame yourself?
No.
Pat Bot will not.
I'm not fired from the team yet.
Yep.
Wait till tomorrow. But yeah, really tough game, always is. But Happy, did you see the cost sites?
We did. It was a glorious
me.
moment. Unfortunately, the game kind of descended into a bit of a Torbjorn versus Chris Davis.
Oh, did it?
How
about
various things.
Yeah.
So we unfortunately didn't follow it as closely as we could, but I'm sure by tomorrow we'll be able to do it.
We're getting kicked out in 10 minutes. We're going to have to shoot.
Yep.
But it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. So we're going to cut it here. And I'm told I'm not allowed to draw penises on the screen, so unfortunately you won't see them tomorrow. We need to add some class. So we got Quentin.
Try to film. That's a classy.
Classy.
Thank you very much, though, for the compliments. Well, we're gonna. Any thoughts? Nuts?
We're gonna have a great day tomorrow, and it's gonna be awesome. And you should all come back for more action here tomorrow.
Well, that's
at like in 12 hours or something.
It's
9 hours.
9 hours. 9 hours and a half.
In 10 hours, you're gonna be here. For more stuff.
Yep. You're gonna be stuck. We gotta thank you for the stream.
You're not gonna have to listen to my voice tomorrow.
Nope.
Well, you know what we realized?
What?
The microphone was actually the wrong way, so it was pointing your way.
This is why you were so loud.
We were very loud.
Just another thing for you guys as well. This has obviously been put together by Marcin and the group. This year, unfortunately, they've not been able to get the sort of same setup with the multiple streams. But if we do get a lot of people watching it, a lot of people be interested, that will obviously only sort of spur them on so that he can get it sorted for next year. And then obviously we'll just get rid of the Muse stream because, obviously it's substandard at that point.
We don't need Muse.
We don't need Muse. So, if you want the good European stream, watch us tomorrow. Any feedback on anything to Martin is going to be brilliant. And obviously he's doing a really good job anyway. And he's going to let us mugs come on to do some commentary. So anyway, I think we're going to cut it off there.
Yes.
And,
thank you very much.
Good night. I will see you tomorrow.
Should be back at 9:30 time of Belgium, which is GMT +1, I guess. How do I stop that? Stop streaming seems to be the right button.
Stop streaming.
Let's check that.